Hi guys, and welcome to some more of your replays, and today I'm planning to do something special. I'm bringing you two games in the T23E3. The what? Well, this was the tank that was rewarded to clans in the latest Clan Wars campaign. It is a Tier 7 American medium tank. And it is still pretty rare. You do not see very many of these on the battlefield. So what do you need to know about the T23E3? Well, it's basically a T20. It's a modified T20. It was a prototype, never went into mass production, but it's basically a slightly upgraded T20. Again, Tier 7 medium American tank. So, what makes it different or similar to the T20? Well, it's got roughly the same top speed, it's got slightly worse acceleration, but only slightly. This thing accelerates very quickly. The really unique thing about the T23E3 is the fact that it reverses as quickly as it goes forward. So it has just over 56 kilometers an hour speed going forward, and it has just about 56 kilometers an hour speed reversing. This thing can reverse very quickly. It also has very good hull traverse and pretty good turret traverse. But there are some differences to the T23E3 over the T20. The T23E3 gets more hull armor than the T20 does, but it gets slightly less turret armor. It also has slightly better signal range, but slightly worse view range. It's got 380 meters of view range compared to the 390 meters on the T20, but 380 is still very good. And as you can see, Beyond D is running Cola in his T23E3, so he's got very good view range. The other major difference is the DPM on this tank is much higher than the T20. It gets a 76mm gun, however, its damage is a lot lower, 115, but its penetration is also a lot lower at 128. Basically, the penetration on this tank is probably its worst feature, and as a result, players who are driving the T23E3 tend to carry quite a lot of premium ammo. When you compare it to, for example, the E25, the Tier 7 German TD, that has 150 millimeters of penetration at the same tier with a similar gun, but this has 128, so the penetration is much worse. However, with the rate of fire of the gun, the DPM is a heck of a lot higher than on the T20. It gets just over 2000 DPM, which is pretty good, providing you can actually pen the tanks it's facing. And to all intents and purposes, the T23E3 plays a lot like an E25. When Beyond D mentioned that to me and he said it was pretty much like an E25, I was thinking, how is that possible? But after looking at the stats of the tank, well, it's almost as fast, it's as maneuverable. It has an advantage in that it actually has a turret, unlike the E25. It's slightly disadvantaged in that it's a medium tank and doesn't have the same camo rating. But yeah, I think the two tanks actually do play very similarly. They've both got guns that you need to aim for weak spots with, and they've both got the same amount of maneuverability. The T23E3 has a couple of advantages over the T20 with regards to the gun. Not only does it have higher DPM and a better rate of fire, it also has more accuracy and a better aim time. So it is possible to hit those weak spots. So I asked Beyond if he had any decent gameplay videos in the T23E3, and he sent me a couple, so you're going to be watching them today. We are here on Prokhorovka. It is a 44%er. Beyond is platooned with Fly Daily, which you may know from YouTube. He's another YouTuber who specializes in War Thunder videos. And we're just going to go. Let's see the T23E3 in action.
Time to roll out.
So you can see the reload time on the tank is 2.9 seconds, so pretty good. And it's accelerating pretty quickly. So he has gotten over the railway tracks, and he is so far ahead of the rest of his team. Look how quickly he's accelerating. He's up to 56 kilometers an hour, and the rest of his team are only crossing the railway tracks right now. So Beyond's going to be heading up the hill. And it's a shame. I would absolutely love to get my hands on all the tanks from the Clan Wars campaigns. But I don't play Clan Wars. I've got my fingers crossed that sometime in the future they are released to the general public, or maybe given away as competition prizes. I don't know. Someone took a friendly shot across Beyond's bows, but he's ignoring that. And he's advancing. Look how quickly he's gotten to the edge of this hill, and he's getting spots already. He's just spotted 3 enemy tanks. He's been spotted in return. There is arty in this game. 2 arty on the enemy team. Shots coming in. So in this game, Beyond is basically going to show you the view range of this tank. He's going to be using it as a scout. Not so much as a medium tank. It's all about the assistance damage and the spots. In the next replay I'm going to be showing you, Beyond is going into damage dealing mode, but as I say, in this particular game he is simply using it as a scout. He's a tier 7 in a tier 8 game. It's a 44%er, so he wants to get spots for his team. Almost looks as if he's AFK right now. Nope, he's back. So most of his team are huddled down in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, and Beyond decides that his usefulness on top of the hill is at an end. So again, he's relocating, and he's relocating fairly quickly. The terrain resistance on the T23E3 is identical to the T20s, which it's not great. I don't think the terrain resistance on the T20 is that great to begin with, and it looks as if the T23E3 is having the same issues. On rough ground, he's having trouble accelerating. On flat ground, no problems accelerating. So he wants to get spots for his team. He wants to get spots for his platoon mate. There he goes. He gets a spot on the T-34 and in return gets spotted himself. As I say, there are 2 arty on the enemy team, so he wants to actually keep moving. He wants to avoid enemy arty. And it seems that when he's traversing, he's losing a lot of speed. Maybe this tank loses quite a bit of speed when it tries to traverse. Well, there's another spot on a KV-1S. And the KV-1S is getting hammered. So that's the KV-1S out of there. Looks like the Comet that was on the hill has been taken out as well. So Beyond's just taken a shot from a T-32. Luckily it hit tracks and did no damage. And he's staying on the move, trying to avoid this arty. And look how fast this thing reverses. This could be such a fun little tank. So he's accelerating away from the hill. He kept his turret facing backwards just in case any enemy tanks decided to take another shot at him. And now he's going to advance and try and get some more spots. Score is 4-5 at the moment. So now he's using his speed, he's going to relocate. So it's still a 50-50 game. Beyond's team are losing, but not by much. And Beyond wants to get his TDs some spots. So someone has spotted an SU-122-44, and it's an accurate gun. He gets a shot in, but it bounces. Not a lot of penetration. The other thing I haven't mentioned is this thing gets a hell of a lot of ammo. It carries something like 86 shells. Almost double the ammunition of the T20. But with a rapid-firing gun, it's a good thing you have a lot of ammunition. So he's holding his fire. ISU-152 has been spotted by Beyond. And Beyond is just set up here in this bush. He's doing some passive scouting. ISU is taking fire. He's using the wreck of an enemy tank, but it doesn't save him. So now a T-34 has been spotted in the middle. And Beyond decides to advance. He wants more spots. Spotting is such an important mechanic, especially when the odds are against your team. If you can spot enemy tanks, no matter how bad your friendly tanks are, they're going to shoot at what you're spotting. So an SU-122-44 has moved forward, and look at that camo rating. It is so obvious the SU-122-44 is sitting there behind that wreck. But because he's gone stationary, Beyond cannot see him. Fantastic camo rating on that Tier 7 Russian tank. So he moved, and as a result, he gets spotted again. Beyond gets spotted by the T-34, and look how quickly he can reverse. Wow. So he was able to get out of that situation so quickly. These T-34s have crested the ridge. Beyond is using this wreck. He's avoiding RT. He's staying in cover, trying to put as much distance between himself and the enemy T-34s as possible. And that's what this tank looks fantastic for. It looks as if it's a fantastic tank for being able to maneuver around the battlefield, to get out of sticky situations. So Beyond hasn't done a single point of damage yet, but it's not about the damage. He's seeing the danger on the other side of the map. There are tanks pushing on the hill, and again he's able to relocate. He's doing 56 kilometers an hour along the straight. And an E8 is spotted on the hill. And he takes out the E8, bouncing on the side of a T-34. Or T-32, sorry. There we go. He's switched to premium ammo. Rapid firing, fast aim time. Just lacks that penetration. So that T-32 is a one-hit kill. Beyond's team are still, I was going to say they're still losing, they've just pulled it back to 10-10. And there's Beyond's second kill. 500 damage, 2 kills. 4 enemy tanks remaining. T-34 and the T-28 prototype were last spotted on the 2 line, and that just leaves 2 arty. So once again, Beyond is using this fantastic little tank. I think he sees a gap in the enemy lines. Yeah, arty is left unprotected. In the meantime, he's got side shots on the tanks in the middle. Not much to aim at. So Fly Daily on the other flank sees his opportunity. He's going for enemy arty. And Beyond is finally advancing. So he's either going to go for arty or he wants to get spots on this T-28. Or both. There we go. He gets spotted in return. But someone has spotted the M44. It may be Beyond, it may be Fly Daily. T-28 prototype gets taken out. Beyond gets a shot in the move. Another shot in the move for kill number 3. 1 enemy arty left. Misses that shot. And gets kill number 4. Only 631 damage recorded, but 4 kills. However, this game wasn't about the damage. It was about the maneuverability of the T23E3, the way it was able to move around the battlefield, and the way Beyond was able to use this thing like a scout. He picked up the ace tanker for that game and also patrol duty. He finished top on XP with 1232, 631 damage and 4 kills. But this is the key thing here. He spotted 8, damaged 5, destroyed 4, and did 5.3, almost 5.4k of spotting damage. So really, really versatile tank. He earned 48,500 credits for that game. So really, really nice game. It looks like a pretty good tank, and I think Beyond D is correct in saying it plays a lot like an E25, but a little bit better in some ways with the fact it has a turret and can reverse so quickly, and not so good in other ways in that it's got slightly less penetration. But it is a rapid firing gun, it is quite accurate, and looks like a fun tank. But as I say, that was about the versatility of the T23E3. Now let's see the T23E3 in damage dealing mode. So this time Beyond D, who is still platooned with Fly Daily, has ended up on Ensk. But it's a tier 7 game, so there are a lot more tanks on the enemy team that Beyond is going to be able to penetrate and do damage to. It's also a 75%er, which means that Beyond probably is going to play rather aggressively. Here we go. So once again, fast acceleration, getting up to 56 kilometers an hour, or close to 50 kilometers an hour till he hit the railway tracks. And he's setting up. He's letting his view range kick in. He spotted the M445 and fails to pen the front. But he's moving across. Side of a T150. Oh, he's slightly angled. Okay, but he tracked him. T150 has been tracked. Problems penning the side of a T150 at that angle with the standard ammo. So Beyond is just keeping him tracked. Oh, there we go. Finally gets a shot in. Gets another shot in. So the alpha damage is not great, but fantastic rate of fire. And keeps him tracked until RT manages to kill the T150. So, falling back, going to let his view range kick in. Not spotting anything. Oh, there we go. Someone has spotted the AMX again. And someone has put a big hit into the AMX. So Beyond is sensing some blood. He's advancing. If he can get around and hit the weak sides on this AMX M4, this guy's going to have no problem, or not going to have the DPM. So he gets ammo racked, unfortunately, but he has the rate of fire to be able to take out the AMX M4 for his first kill of the game, and now he's spotted a Jagdpanzer IV and RT. Jagdpanzer IV is not AFK, so Beyond is falling back. And he decides he doesn't want to go head to head against those tanks, so he's going to do some flanking in town. He's got Fly Daily backing him up to his right, but he's advanced. He's got the rear of the T1 Heavy, gets one shot in, drive-by. Moving in on this T34-1. Misses his shot on the move. And takes him out for kill number 2. He's up to 900 damage. So quite a few of the shots on the move have missed. I don't know whether that's an issue with the tank. Although in the first game we did see a couple of shots on the move that did go in. So maybe it's just down to RNG. So Beyond's team are actually losing at the moment. It's 6-8. Gets the side of a T58. Looks as if the T58 is actually AFK. But Beyond is just going to work here. He's able to pen the Type 58 with standard ammo and sets him on fire. Takes him out for kill number 3. That was a nice, easy one. So T29 moving in on Fly Daily. Both RT have been spotted. And again, Beyond is moving. Switch to premium ammo. Knows he's not going to be able to pen the front of the T29. Oh, and hangs around, takes another hit. T29 slightly angled. So Beyond sneaks one more shot in. RT has taken out Fly Daily and SKV-13. So Beyond is down to half hit points now. Forgot to mention hit points. It gets 50 less hit points than the T20. T20 gets 1100 hit points. T23E3 gets 1050. So he hangs back, drops off radar, pops back out, gets 2 more shots into the T29. Someone else takes out the T29, but unfortunately, Beyond has taken another hit. He's down to 284 hit points. His team are still losing 9-10. And they're being capped. Now, rather than going for the Jagdpanzer IV, rather than going for RT, Beyond sees the danger in the south, just a T-29 holding out against 3 enemy heavies. The Black Prince and the T-49 on Beyond's team seem to be ignoring what's happening on the south of the map. Beyond is going down to help this T-29. T-29 takes out the KV-1, but he's got 2 enemy tanks moving in on him. So Beyond has come down to assist. Friendly T-29's got plenty of health. Oh, Beyond fails to pen the side of the T-29, but the rate of fire allows him to get a second shot in, and okay. Well, unfortunately, that didn't go quite to plan, but Beyond did 2,395 damage that we're aware of. He picked up 4 kills. So that was all about damage dealing. It was a tier 7 game, but even though it was a tier 7 game, Beyond still had to fire some premium ammo, and that's the downside to this tank. It is fantastic from what I can see in almost every aspect apart from that penetration. Beyond finished second on XP. The T-29 had a really good game, but Beyond got 1155 XP. He did 2,395 damage and 4 kills. So in the right matchup, the T23E3 can deal out the damage as long as you're willing to fire some premium shots. It's a really dangerous tank. I think I'm going to have to be aware of that. Up till now, every time I've run into them on the battlefield, I haven't felt that threatened, but I wasn't aware of the tank's capabilities until watching these replays. It's a pretty dangerous little tank if you ignore it. Beyond fired 36 shots, 32 hits, and 25 penetrations. And in order to get 25 penetrations, he did have to fire quite a bit of premium ammo. He spotted 4, damaged 8, destroyed 4, and did 562 assistance damage. And like I say, because he had to fire quite a lot of premium ammo, and because he was using cola on the tank, he earned 70,000 credits for that game, but only came out with a profit of 536. Now you gotta remember, even though it looks like a premium tank, the Clan Wars tanks are not premium tanks. They may be special, but they don't get the credit bonus that other premium tanks do. So he only earned 536 credits, 1732 XP with a premium account, and yeah, this is a really dangerous little tank. So, if you run into one of these things on the battlefield in future, you know what they're capable of. Take them out fast. So thanks to Beyond D for allowing me to show those replays. Really nice to see a new tank, a tank that's pretty rare, and a tank that not everyone will have seen firsthand. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.